Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, wrestling fans and sports entertainment fans, welcome to the No Shave Man Cave. I'm Ellie Jair. Whew. I wish Malachi Black maybe not directly missed me, but like indirectly missed me because, you know, the whole COVID thing or whatever. I'm sort of a germphobe now. But dude, I tell you, this whole gimmick of what Malachi Black has got going on with his mist, shoot, this is hitting different. You know what I mean? So a while back, do you remember Julia Hart, our former TBS champion, sprayed Sky Blue? Sky Blue was this happy-go-lucky little Sky Blue. She was doing her thing, and now, you know, she is evil and a totally different edge to her. See what I did there? Drop the edge in there. Adam Copeland has got a bit of a different vibe to him, and when you're sitting there and you're watching the episode, and if you haven't watched the episode, let me backtrack a little bit, okay? I won't drop the whole thing on you, but I am telling you, Adam is different, and this is going to be all right. And you know, just kind of like how Cody's kind of kicking that heel vibe off, Edge or Adam Copeland has a bit of a heel, like a heel kind of feel to him. I was going to say Edge again, but I've already used that one. And I think there's something to this. Now imagine, if you will, you get Christian Cage versus Swerve Strickland at the pay-per-view. You've got your TNT champion, Adam Copeland, comes out, and he does or doesn't, you know, whether he has a certain vibe or feel to him, and he's feeling a certain kind of way about Edge, does he potentially get involved and either cause Strickland to lose the title or Christian to win the title? You know what I mean? So like, sometimes you don't lose the match, you just don't come out the victor. I don't, you know, you get it? Like, you didn't lose the match, he won it, because, you know, you didn't, you know. So AEW, they've got a new kind of thing going on. I like this remote takeover by the Bucks. Nicholas getting a little snarky over there, but you know, the Nicholas and Matthew, the Bucks, the EVPs, they've got ironclad contracts. I like this because you're playing back. You're playing on what has already happened, right? So here you are. You're the Bucks, and you're doing your thing. Tony Khan can't travel right now because of the, and I'm air quoting here for those who aren't watching us on the tube of you. And my guy Tony is just down the street at Jags, the Jags Stadium that is about to get completely ripped apart, right, with construction and stuff. So they'll be in Daytona, Orlando, you know, wherever the hell. And man, you know, it had a really, really good vibe to it. Now, a bit of the injury bug has bit professional wrestling and sports entertainment. And quick shout out to you know, Hobbs, I wish you nothing but the best. You are, you know, all, you know, everything I've ever heard and read, and I've never met you in person. You seem like an awesome, awesome dude. And I love your gimmick and, you know, everything that, it's not a gimmick, okay. The character that you portray and, you know, everything that you had going on, I was really, really digging it. And I felt like he was starting to sort of separate himself from the Don Callis family, which I wish everyone would, because I'm not the biggest Don Callis fan. So we'll just put that out there. Disclaimer, boom, bada bing, right? So AEW Dynamite and Rampage, 3 hours. There was a lot going on. Serena Deeb, great to see her. Remember her as the NWA World Champion. Phenomenal mat wrestler. Had a bit of, like we were just talking about here a minute ago, a bit of the injury bug, but she is back. She looked great. She picked up a win. She wants to be the AEW Women's Champion. Who doesn't want to be a world champion? And if you just got into this business because, you wanted to collect a paycheck and have a figure made, I think the fans are going to eventually pick up on it, and they'll just be like, well, he or she or they are just going to be like a flash in the pan, and they're going to come and go. So awesome to see Serena Deeb back. She picks up a big win against Mariah, and we'll see what comes of this. She wants to be known as the professor, and so here we go. So the AEW Dynamite Rampage comes to us from Iowa, and it's the home state of Seth freaking Rollins, which there were no Seth freaking Rollins chants. No one was singing outside of a few usuals. Some of the posters in the crowd were okay, whatever, but I tell you, who's got their poster game on lock lately has been WWE, and I saw a poster in the crowd that said Nia Jax is my hall pass. And if you haven't seen the movie Hall Pass, please go take a look, check it out. I think you'll appreciate it. And Nia Jax was this guy's damn hall pass. So hey, don't hate the game, hate the player, right? So we get some really good mat action. We got to see Christian Cage up close. I thought he was having some microphone difficulties. His difficulty was not with his microphone. His difficulty was with Swerve. And man, did he make him pay. Then he put the whooping on Prince, and then his son, air quotes again, his son hit him with a cutter. So this is going to be extremely interesting. Where is the Mogul Embassy at right now? I'm not seeing them. The world champion was out there alone. He's slowly moving to the face side, and nobody came out to help him out. So he got waxed and talked to. Everybody got headbutted by Killswitch. So now here you are. Here's where we are. We're stuck, trying to figure out what is going on. Are we stuck? I might be being a little too dramatic. Like, oh no, we're stuck here. I'm sure we can get back around to it because Christian explained, you're going to pay for embarrassing me when we were tag team partners. So, I mean, that's totally explaining what's going on, why he's pissed, and why he's showing up and confronting the AEW World Champion. And, when Swerve turned around and he almost cracked, Nick's mom, whew, I thought, yowza. And I didn't realize she was that tall. And I've met Swerve, and he didn't seem that short. So I'm trying to figure this thing out. I get it, the heels on the boots and all that stuff, but wow, that was a pretty slick move. And we're gonna have to kick back, relax, and figure out what we're gonna do next, and how this storyline is gonna evolve, and some of the other players that could potentially be involved. Now again, we go back to how I was talking about Edge Copeland having a different vibe to him. Is this any way gonna come back around to where Adam Copeland is gonna go, you know what? I want to be friends. I want to go back to us being E and C. I don't know if that's where we're going to go, but long-term booking has a tendency to work itself out here in AEW. So we've got Prince Nana getting laid out. We've got Christian laying down the challenge, Swerve getting laid out, and the EVPs are sitting there, you know, just loving it, just eating it up. Now, the Elite is now Nicholas and Matthew, the EVPs, the Scapegoat, and Okada. Now, this is a pretty formidable group. And now, you know, we already know that we're going to see Omega here shortly. And he has admitted that he is not 100%. So, a not 100% Omega is not what you want to see in a physical situation, especially against Okada. Now, how he's being booked in AEW is not how he was booked in New Japan. But neither is Jay White. And neither, well, damn, but Will Ospreay is, right? So how much longer till Will Ospreay is holding at least the international title? At least the international title. And is he going to hold the international title for a little bit? Because they want to put a title on him, and then he's going to win the world title at All In. I mean, I don't know why we couldn't. And how awesome would that be if we get Jamie Hayter coming back and have a triumphant return? It would only be second best to seeing the women's champion who never lost her title actually win and rightfully carry that title. You know, Thunder Rosa, you know, no one saw her get pinned, and I mean she had to relinquish the title in a bit in the back. So I mean I feel a certain kind of way about that, but we'll touch on that on another episode. Yeah, so another episode, please. Now then we get my guy Samoa Joe, the freaking right hand of destruction, that entrance music, just second to none. Former AEW World Champion, and he has a match that, I mean, I feel, probably leave my emotions out of this, because I would like to see Samoa Joe branded a little bit different. I think he should be above the fray to the point where when he shows up, it's special, different, not like the other wrestlers on the roster. And I'm not saying to the same level as The Undertaker, now the Dead Man, but, I'm sorry, the American Badass, but something equivalent to that in AEW. And he should just be smashing fools, but not be put in the ring against a local Iowa wrestler who's, getting 2 minutes in a ring. And kudos to him for stepping in the ring, because I'll tell you right now, I am not the one. I do not want to get caught in the clutch. I don't want any suplexes. I don't want to be put up in the muscle buster. No disrespect. I'm sure that's awesome. And people want to say, put that in their in their logbooks, I almost dropped the F-bomb, in their diary, dear diary, I got muscle bustered today. I am not the one. Now, we are here with Samoa Joe, who defeated MJF, who carried the title over a year, who then relinquished the title, was defeated by Swerve Strickland in a very good match. Not what I expected. Jay Tilly could tell you otherwise, because he saw this coming, way before. And I'm not, again, I'm not a huge fan of every single wrestler on the roster, but some of them have gone back and said, oh yeah, I knew at this point this, I knew at this point that, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I totally agree. I thought Swerve looked to be the guy. He was building some steam, And to see him winning and carrying the world title, it makes sense. People are into it. Whose house? Swerve's house. His gear looks great. His side plates look pretty cool on the title. But to see him laid out like this and no one came out the back. Now, is this where he's kind of that tweener? He's a good guy, he's a bad guy, we love him, we hate him, we're not sure just yet? Well, I tell you what, if it's Swerve's house, someone needs to come out the back and protect the world champion. So that needs to be figured out before we go, any farther. Oh, well, Swerve had some issues, but okay, fine. I totally get it. We've already gone down this road. But, this is wrestling. And it's, there's certain things that are sort of programmed in, and it's a formula that has worked. And that's a way to get other people on the show. It's another way to get that huge roster into, even if we're doing 6 and 8 man tags, women tags, 6 or 8 women or men tags. And we've already consolidated the 6-man tag team titles between Ring of Honor and AEW. So, I mean, there's less titles to go around in theory, which could be good, just because, a lot of titles sort of dilutes the fact that you're a champion. But is it really going to dilute anything when you have a roster that's as big as it is? Well, not everybody gets a medal. Okay, fine. I totally get it. But what are we talking about? We are talking about the AEW World Title, which will be defended at Double or Nothing, between Swerve Strickland, your champion, and Christian Cage. Sign me up. Twice on Sunday, because it's going to be on a Sunday, because that's when AEW does their pay-per-views. I'm jacked to the nines. I want to see Edge. I want to see Christian come out and be whooping it on. And will we see an Adam Copeland sighting? Let's let that hang out for a second. Because what is going to be interesting is if we see an Adam Copeland sighting during that match, and he's a little bit different, and his gear is a little bit different, just like Blue Sky, right? Her makeup is different, her gear is darker, her moves are much more hard hitting. That's something that I want to see. Now, something else that I want to see is how the storyline with the best friends is going to go. Now, one of those players in the fray is Rocky Romero. Now, this guy is everywhere in the world of professional wrestling. He is an authority with New Japan. He is an authority with All Elite Wrestling. He is now laying down the gauntlet and saying, I am here to be a champion in AEW. Woo! Come on now. And, he's carried gold in New Japan. He's carried gold all over the world. So there's nothing, I'm not doubting whether he will or won't win gold. Now, I am doubting whether the best friends are ever going to be tag team champions now that Beretta and Chuck are completely on the outs. And it didn't look bad. It did not look good for my guy Chuck. And Orange comes out and he goes, hey, I'm being told that there is a good chance that my guy is never going to wrestle again. And, after getting smashed up in the parking lot match. So there's a lot on the line here. And these are AEW originals. They have been together for a long, long time. And at one point, they had a couple other members that have now gone off to do other things. Statlander and then Yuta have gone off and done some stuff. They've won titles. But you look, Beretta and Chuck have not won titles. So is there a little bit of frustration? Yeah. Did they win titles in other organizations? Absolutely. Trent Beretta was a junior tag team champion. He held individual title championships as well. So, I mean, it's got to be frustrating, especially when you're putting on outstanding matches and Beretta has been raising the stakes while Chuck has been off being injured. So this is definitely a development, and this could be something that they could carry on for the next few months and then finally get a blow-off match. So, we're talking about blow-off matches, and, we're never going to get a resolution between Perry and CM Punk. It's just not going to happen. They're not in the same organization anymore. Perry is back in the fold. Now that they have released the footage, you could feel however you feel about what you saw on the video. Absolutely. And I think it's totally fine because, you don't know what was said. You just saw hands start flying and people, getting involved, and, someone was pissed. Someone was upset because someone bled before they were supposed to bleed. And, just like in dodgeball, nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Come on. You're falling through freaking glass and windshields and all this other stuff. It's bound to happen. I get it. You're going to feel a certain way because you were supposed to be the first. Hey. I don't know what was said, and I hope that we can put this all behind us. I probably will not be talking about CM Punk and AEW, going forward, because I think CM Punk has got his own thing going on in WWE along with McIntyre. Is he going to have a feud with Seth Rollins when he comes back from his knee surgery? There's a really, really good chance. But here we are. We're in AEW. You got the EVPs taking over. They're in the production room, truck, however they got it going on. And you have the returning Kenny Omega. You have Khan, who can't travel because of I'm air quoting here again, a neck injury. And Perry is out here calling folks out. Now, someone else who started calling folks out is my girl Blue Sky. And she is calling out Willow, saying some stuff. Now, I think Willow's going to hang on to the championship for a minute until Monet is absolutely cleared. And as soon as Monet is cleared, Monet is going to be money with your TBS championship. And why is that? Well, because there's a story associated to that, and it involved the New Japan Strong Championship that Monet got hurt during the inaugural match that Willow was crowned your inaugural champion, and Monet is just now making it back, and here's Willow already having been the New Japan Strong Championship. She won another championship on the Indies, I think one of the Northeastern championships. So shout out to her as your TBS champion. But she is going to have more than her hands full when the CEO steps up and goes, I got a little bit of redemptiones that I got to get because I remember when you busted me up and put me on the shelf for a year, and you're about to get your comeuppance. Now, this is going to be a great match. I love Willow's character. I like what she's got going on. Are you going to see Statlander, her character change? I don't think so. But I wouldn't be surprised if Statlander does something to let Willow down, and now Willow's like, where were you when I needed you? I was defending my title. I didn't want to get you disqualified or something. That's not what we do. That's not, the kind of friends we are. Words, whatever. Now, Perry is now aligned with the Elite, and the Scapegoat is really hitting his stride. And now when you look at the pillars, who are the pillars? Sammy Guevara, suspended at home. May or may not be part of a storyline, could be part of repackaging, whatever, but you're seeing him on social media dressed up like a Star Wars figure with his baby and his wife. So, you got that. Then you have Darby Allin, who is beat up from the feet up after getting hit by a bus in New York. Then you have MJF, who is on the heel from his most recent surgery for a torn labrum. So, MJF, you're my scumbag, and looking forward to you getting back. And, however your character is going to be repackaged, and maybe get this whole Adam Cole baby feud figured out, because this is a big, that whole thing is a big mess, and it's sort of got to be repackaged to figure out how to make it make sense. That's me, and whether that's true or not, I'm my WWE brain thinks that this needs to get repackaged in order to get the storyline ultimately figured out. So, but I'm here for it. Shit, I think there is a lot of meat on this bone, and this is going to be fun as soon as MJF is able to get back. So we're probably still looking at another 6-8 months before MJF is back. So looking forward to seeing my scumbag back in the ring, and so who was awesome to see back in the ring is freaking Kenny Omega, who had no idea that his guts were all jacked up, leaking everywhere. And he was back in the ring. Admittedly, already said, hey, I'm not 100%. And he showed up, came to talk. And I thought that he was going to be some kind of general manager-esque figure. Had no idea that the EVPs, the Jackson brothers, would be wreaking havoc. So he gets attacked, and now you can set something up to really give Perry the rub of being a shit heel and boost Okada up as well. Now, does Okada and Omega, do they have a match? Or does Perry and Omega have a match? Is Omega going to be walking around now? He's as injured as Khan, so he's going to have a neck brace on as well after getting laid out. Who knows? I think it's going to be a lot of fun. There is a lot that you can do with this feud, and all the while you're like, well, wait a minute, where's Hangman? What's going on with Hangman? Are we going to see Hangman come out? So you could see a whole other thing come 360, and back to when Omega dropped the title, and you saw the Nick and Matt were like, they did the nod when they put the finisher on Omega. So good to see some of these storylines sort of getting worked out, coming back around. Super excited how AEW has got this whole booking thing kind of figured out, and some of the other stuff that they've got to get worked out, and the shenanigans behind the scenes, and booking and tickets and all that other stuff. Hey, I'm here to watch it. I'm here to enjoy it. I'm not here to break it down in a negative way. If you're a wrestling fan, sports entertainment fan, you enjoy old school, new school, no school, whatever. Oh, it's not ECW. Pfft, nothing is ECW but ECW. And Paul Heyman made that painfully clear during his Hall of Fame induction speech, sir. So yeah, there's a lot to figure out over here. Good thing they've got this big, huge roster. They're able to put different wrestlers in the forefront per episode. I'd like to see a lot more from Jay White. And, I remember him, carrying that, it was the brand new New Japan, the title that Mox is carrying around. I remember when he was carrying that around. Shoo! That is a slick looking title. And congratulations to Jon Moxley, by the way. The first man, wrestler, human being to win a AEW, a WWE, and a New Japan World Championship. If that isn't the measuring stick, dude, man, let's go. Now, the next closest would probably be 2, which would probably be pretty damn close. Arguably, would be Cody Rhodes winning the WWE, the Ring of Honor, and the NWA title. You also had AJ Styles win the NWA, TNA, WWE, and New Japan titles. Now, if that's not a freaking Mount Rushmore of champions, hey, I'm just saying. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. So there's a lot to say without saying it, you know what I'm saying? But all in all, I thought it was a really good show. The crowd cooperated pretty well. And Jay Tilly and I, we've been to AEW shows. We're getting ready to go to a WWE show here in Jacksonville, May 17th. We're going to be checking it out at the ViStar. Looking forward to seeing all of our fellow wrestling fans, sports entertainment fans as well. And we'll be rocking some No Shave Man Cave gear. If you see us out and about, hit us up. Give us a little boost, and let us know that you're checking us out here. And thank you so much to our nearly 1 million downloads, and everybody who keeps clicking the like, subscribe, and follow. We totally dig it, and look forward to seeing everybody down the road. Also down the road in June 8th and 9th, if you're going to be in the greater Jacksonville, North Florida, Eastern Georgia area, St. Augustine, the World Golf Village, the convention center over there, they're going to be hosting the River City WrestleCon the 8th and 9th. Super excited, totally pumped. Jay Tilly and I will be there walking around, gripping and grinning, meeting and greeting the fools and folks that'll be attending there. Looking forward to seeing some of them. Hope to touch base with the Sarge. I need to get an autograph on this championship, and maybe get put in the old clutch, but who knows. So thanks for checking us out here. Jay Tilly, looking forward to getting him back on the mic in front of the cameras. We'll be back here live on Saturday, and hope to see you all back here. So until then, friends, fam, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you on the floor.